Hey y'all, welcome back. This is episode 6 and I am here at Real Wood Floors and I wanted to take you guys on a little field trip just to show you what they're all about. So follow me. All right, this is Allie. We're here at Real Wood Floors and they are located in East Nashville, Tennessee. She's gonna go over the whole design process, their selections, and why we chose to go with y'all. So take it away.
We are a manufacturer who has a wide variety of floors, but really it comes down to picking what's the best floor for your customer, for their home, for their lifestyle. So we like to bring everyone in and really learn what they want their floors to be. Figure out if they have kids, dogs, how often they're gonna live in this house. Do they wanna be there for 5 years or be there for the next 20 years? It's really just a process of narrowing down and then, also budget. What's a priority within their budget? For example, I know a big priority for you was the design, the overall look and feel of the floors.
Yes.
And I know you have a dog.
Yes.
So it kind of narrowed it down to this collection, which really spoke true to your...
Yes, we love this one so much.
So you're gonna get, for example, there's gonna be this brushed grain. There's a lot of saw marks as well, which is great for animals. Dogs they got their nails, they tap on the floors, they run through, and this collection is great at hiding that. It looks honestly natural and goes with the overall kind of vintage distressed look that these floors have.
Yes, love the texture in it, so pretty.
And we know that you were gonna have an open space, right? So we wanted to get really, really long boards. Over 35% of the boards you get in boxes of these are gonna be 8 feet long, which is very, very long.
Yes.
That's almost double us.
Yeah.
And they have that wear layer, so that way you can resand and finish it, because this is your forever home.
Yes.
And the other great attribute is the color. It's sinking, it's stained all the way through. So basically you could scratch it, you could chip it, but you're not gonna see that unfinished wood, you're gonna see the stained color underneath it.
Absolutely, yeah, that's so true. All right, so this is Jeremy. He is actually the taller flooring expert here at Real Wood, and he is going to explain why we went with their product and kind of talk about the difference between your typical sand and stain flooring system compared to their flooring system.
Yep, we're gonna quickly nerd out. I'll try to be as little boring as possible, but this kind of explains engineered floors versus solid floors, the sand and finish that you were talking about.
Yes.
So over here, it's kind of different ways that you can cut veneers off the log. So that is rotary peeled, this is sliced, this is live sawn, and then this is a solid floor. So real quick, engineered flooring takes a piece of wood and then it turns it into veneers. So in her case, 4mm veneers. Those veneers are then put on top of plywood that goes perpendicular, about 7 layers of plywood. And what that does is it keeps the wood from expanding and contracting in a humid environment like Nashville.
Yes.
So you can go super wide plank, which looks great, but not have to worry about cupping, crowning that you have to with solid floors.
Absolutely.
Then it's pre-finished, so we sand it and we put on a stain and all the coatings so that by the time it goes in your house, nothing more is needed. A solid floor you put in, you gotta get the big sanding tool out, there's dust everywhere, you come back and do a layer of stain, you come back and do a second layer of stain, it takes weeks. This floor goes in ready to go, so it's a lot quicker, a lot cleaner.
Yes, for sure.
And you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, and that was one of the main reasons why we went with y'all, is because we wanted to get that really wide plank look, and doing that with a real, like the sand and stain wood planks, you have to take into consideration the weather and here in Tennessee, you know, they expand and contract.
The weather is crazy.
Yes.
In fact, to get really nerdy, the NWFA, which is the National Wood Floor Association, does not recommend you go any wider than 4 or 5 inches on a solid floor. So anybody who wants a wood floor in their house that's 6 inches, 7 inches, 8.5 inches wide,
Yes.
they say don't do solid, do engineered.
All right, so another really important part that I wanted to touch on, and something that's really special that they stand for, and another reason why we chose to go with them is not only is this a good product, but it's also going to a good cause. So I wanted Jeremy to explain their mission and kind of what Real Wood stands for.
Yeah, so the reason we do what we do is to help every kid have a home. So we do that in 3 ways. One, we help write adoption grants. So adopting is very expensive. It can be north of $60,000 to adopt someone. So we'll write checks to families who want to adopt but can't afford it. So that's one way. Second way is kids who age out of an orphanage. At a certain point, you can no longer be adopted. We help put them through school so that they can have an education and get a job, whereas the alternative is usually out on the streets.
Yeah.
And a third way is through facilities. So the homes that the kids live in, or even like a playground that they can play on. So this little book just kind of talks about the real story. And we like to partner with local companies. So here in Nashville, we're actually partnered with Show Hope, which is Stephen Curtis Chapman's nonprofit.
Wow.
So it's based out of the factory in Franklin, and they help do adoptions locally and internationally. But our CEO has adopted 3 kids. Almost half of the employees at Real Wood have ended up adopting just because being around this kind of a mission day in, day out, I think eventually has an effect on you.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I mean, just from meeting y'all and just kind of learning all about this, it just really makes it easy to choose y'all, and it's incredible, like what you guys do and also like what you provide. So just very thankful to do business with them.
Yeah, and we're glad that you get to participate in it too through being a customer.
Yeah.
One last thing I'll say, our CEO, it's funny, he said before that if people stopped buying wood floors tomorrow, he wouldn't quit his job, he'd just find something else to sell to kind of keep funding the work we're doing. So it's clear that is number one, and this is just kind of how we make the money to make it happen. So
that's incredible. So thank y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so another really cool feature that they provide here are these customization options. So like the chevron pattern, you also have these really amazing flush mount air vents, which is my favorite feature so far. So explain a little bit about these for them.
So basically, in the industry, most times any type of accessory or additional product you get is made basically to color it to look like your floors.
Yeah.
We decided that wasn't good enough because it's never gonna look exactly like your floors. So basically what we do is we take a couple boxes of your floors and we will make custom pieces. These flush mount vents are one of the absolute favorites. Basically, your lot is 803, Bowery 803. So you're gonna have 803 vents, you're gonna have treads. The whole tread will be made from that exact lot of wood. Basically, the point of this is to just create the exact look and not just try to get it to match, but actually make it perfectly match because it's the same material as your floor.
Exactly, so there won't be like any variations. It's all from the same like box of wood. So
it creates an overall cohesive look that flows within the home, so your eyes aren't distracted by something that's slightly off or trying to look like it. No, it is the floors.
Yes, yeah, and this is one of my favorite things about this is that it does sit flush, like it here in this example. Whereas like other air vents, they'll sit right on top of your floors, or if you get the wood ones that they provide at Lowe's or Home Depot, if you try and stain them to match your wood floors, they don't really match exactly like that. So that's why we went with this, and I'm just so excited to show y'all once these get installed. It's gonna be so
beautiful.
Yes, I cannot wait. So stay tuned for part 2 where I'll take you through the install process. Bye y'all.
Bye.